Welcome to a visual overview of how to palletize cartons within the shipping conveyable department while following Payson method. During this video, we will show you a few different teammates performing the job, and we'll cover some of the do's and don'ts of this particular process. The main objective of this job is to build tall, stable, accurate pallets that are destined for our retail stores. Each one of these cartons that you see coming down the conveyor is already designated for a specific retail store. The cartons coming down the conveyor are coming from either our receiving department, the backstock department, or our processing area. If you look closely, you can see this teammate is wearing an RF device on his left forearm. It's called a gladiator. Gladiators and their associated batteries are stored in the RF cabinet within each department for the teammates' use. The teammate is using the gladiator to scan each carton. The gladiator will tell the teammate which store the carton belongs to and what location it's at. The teammate will walk to that location and place the carton carefully on the pallet in such a way to build stable pallets. The teammate will repeat this process over and over until a store's pallet reaches the target height, and at that point it'll be removed and taken over to the shrink wrap machine. Watch as this teammate maximizes his travel and efficiently palletizes cartons on the conveyable line. This is a wide-angle view of the teammate palletizing cartons on the shipping conveyable line. Each shipping conveyable line holds 6 to 10 permanent locations. Each location is for a single store. The high-level keys to success for this position is working safely, making accurate scans, and working at a consistent pace. Once the line starts to get depleted, the teammate will look for an opportunity to walk the line down at the same time he is walking a carton to the opposite end of the line. Once a pallet has reached its target height or has become unstable, as shown here, the teammate will get a manual pallet jack and move the pallet to the shrink wrapper. What you see here is the teammate has placed the pallet in the middle of the shrink wrap area. The teammate will attach the shrink wrap to the pallet and press the button, and you'll see the machine start to wrap the pallet. The teammate will at the same time fill out a new pallet license with the same store number, replace the pallet in the designated store location, and the process will start all over again. The next teammate to come to the shrink wrapper will take the already wrapped pallet and move it to the designated staging area on its way to the loading department.
Hi, I'm a shipping conveyable supervisor, and I want to help you learn how to build tall, safe pallets. Our goal here in shipping conveyable is to stack these cartons here onto the pallets as safely as possible and to get them to your target height. And sometimes we face a lot of different obstacles, And some of those obstacles are one, that there are a lot of different box sizes. We have small boxes this size, then we have giant boxes that are this size, and that can really make things difficult to balance on a pallet and prevent from falling over. Another one of our obstacles is that these boxes can be a couple pounds all the way up to 50 pounds. So if you're trying to stack a heavy carton on top of a light one, it can collapse it and cause things to fall over. So that can present a real challenge here in Shipping Conveyable. All right, so we're starting here at an empty pallet, and some of the things we want to try and do is we want to use the entire base of our pallets. We don't want there to be any empty spots. We want to use the entire base. Second, we want to minimize the amount of overhang. We don't want cartons hanging out this far off the edge of the pallet because it'll cause those cartons to end up being crushed and your pallet to fall over.
Here's a teammate starting a new pallet, working back to front as the prescribed method.
All right, so we're a little bit farther along now. As I'm palletizing cartons, my goal is to think a couple cartons ahead and try and build flat surfaces like the one seen here. And when I get that, I'm trying to form T-stacks afterwards. So this is a T-stack right here. I could put this way, but I would be forming a column, and this could be less stable and have the potential to fall over. What I want to do is form a T-stack, which is what you see here. And this box is on top of these two flat boxes, and it's going to help secure them in place. And this will help your pallets be more stable and prevent them from falling over.
Here's an example of a teammate creating a T-stack. You can see the large carton he has placed on top, overlapping two other cartons, creating stability. As the teammate builds upwards on the pallet, it's inevitable for there to be gaps in the pallet. As seen here, the teammate is using smaller cartons designated for that store to fill in the gaps. This creates stability and is an effective use of space. In this clip, the supervisor is describing that there are some cartons that just are not a good fit for building into the pallet at the midway point, like this long skinny box or this box that has been slightly crushed, although the product inside is still okay. The supervisor recommends that these cartons be scanned to the pallet as normal, but be placed behind the pallet until such time that they can go up on top of the pallet as you take the whole pallet to the shrink wrapper. Sometimes cartons come down the wrong downtake because they got pushed by another carton or because the conveyor's computer could not read the label. When this happens, simply take the carton to the problem pallet at the end of the aisle, scan the carton to the location, and write the store number on the carton. And now we will talk about a few things to not do while you're working in the conveyable area. In this first scene, the teammate is stacking cartons solely to make room on the conveyor for more cartons to come into his work area. This is considered a non-value added task and highly recommended not to do. Safety is our utmost concern for you while working in this work area. The following are some scenes that were staged for your education. Do not walk on pallets. Do not lean pallets up on their side. Never crawl under or over the conveyor. Don't carry boxes up over your head. Leave them at waist height in your power zone. Never participate in horseplay.